while I review Audacity?
I'd better shoot off now because I've got a couple of things to get on with. But okay. I'll certainly watch it back afterwards. I mean, this is another one. I didn't pre-order it in the end, but I was so relieved to see this range starting again. And the Christmas one looks great.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting that. I was nearly pre-ordered it. No. And if you think this range, here's the stupidity of it, right? That they clearly had to restart the range because it appealed to one teeny tiny segment of fandom. What they were doing with and they clearly weren't getting enough sales, and the quality wasn't good enough. So now what they're doing, they're appealing to the same teeny tiny segment of fandom. And it's so crushingly bad, right? Like it's cringe.
Thing is, Lisa McMullen has written some pretty good stuff in the past, doesn't she? I've listened to some.
I don't know. This was again. She's talking about it at the end, saying how it's all her things that annoys her, and how women are being used and viewed as property. And everything. This would be clunky feminism for Sarah Jane Smith in the 70s, right? It is. Look, I have no idea what's going on in her life. I don't see anybody wanting to take advantage of a dour. What's the word I'm looking for? A dour. A dour. Was it joy killer? Buzzkill. That is Lisa McMullen. This is how she comes over. The character's completely unlikable and completely unbelievable, and it just drips of hatred of men. It just drips of it. And then you got a okay cyber story, which doesn't really match the cover art, which looks like it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, again, it's these things aren't cheap, and there's a lot of them. I think the Big Finish relaunch this year hasn't been a complete washout. There's been several things that I've really enjoyed and that have turned things around.
Stephen Noonan, he's the standout star for Big Finish right now, right? It's all the recast Doctor Who's, frankly. Stephen Noonan, Tim Treloar, and Michael Troughton.
Yeah,
they're all fantastic, right? All that stuff is fantastic. I'm totally out of the fourth Doctor, the fifth Doctor. You got to do something interesting.
So why can't they apply the same standards to the other stuff if they can do it with the recent recasts?
It's because they're consumed by agenda, right? This is like nobody wanted to edit Lisa McMullen and say, no, this is too much on the nose. This is too much and she's saying it's a very personal story. We can tell, Lisa. We can fucking tell. And she talks about how entitled men are. The entitlement dripping off this woman.
Yeah, the entitlement is that she thinks that she's entitled to your money to pay out for this crap.
Yeah,
I haven't heard it, no, but I do think that sentiment is completely wrong, and that she's I've enjoyed some of her work in the past, and she just seems like a nice woman when I've seen her on social media. But that instinct is completely wrong if you're trying to market your material, your stories to somebody who's supposed to be buying them, paying out their own hard-earned money for the things that you've written. It sounds like she just has lost an ear and a heart for what the customer would want.
About this that works, right? The name of the character is Audacity. Why?
Yeah,
right?
I don't know that either.
Black and from Regency England. I mean, like, if you wanted to do a black character, which is fine, right? Like, you could have had a Regency England type planet that they went to, and then it would be fine, right? Then it would have worked. But everything is about her being stifled by men.
Because I'm surprised that. Well, maybe should I be surprised? I'm surprised that Jay Griffin. They've got a good actress playing this character, and you just wonder why. Why you'd think that she would have asked some questions. Well, how come this character's from Regency? You know,
I will tell you exactly how this happened. Do you remember the episode of Friends when their TV cable had free porn? Right, they went to a channel and they couldn't turn it off. It's free porn. They can't. Same thing with all the lovers in the entertainment industry. They can't not do this, right? They just can't control themselves. So, oh yes, that's one in the eye against the patriarchy. There's no fucking patriarchy. Fuck's sake, like Western civilization isn't so shitty. It's done a lot of good for a lot of people throughout the world, including ending fucking slavery. Yeah. Right? And it's just like this entitlement to take a shit on Western civilization, and like to say like the chip on the shoulder of this is just ridiculous. And then you got like the Cyberman story, which is more about the workers' rights of the Vulgans. I like it's
here we go again.
Really bad, right? And her every dialogue is cringe. It's just like everything she says is like, oh god, it's so on the nose. And then so you go from going, and then you hear Paul McGann, perfect Doctor Who, right? Absolutely perfect Doctor Who.
Maybe they feel confident giving lesser material to.
Yes, they do. That's what it is. They feel more confident to take the piss with the Fourth Doctor because they know it will sell. They'll take the piss more with the Ninth Doctor because they know it sells on Eccleston's back. Right? I think Paul McGann has been one of their best sellers, but like I think they probably why it was a bestseller, because it used to be good. Right? Here, let me have a look at Eighth Doctor Adventures. When's the last time they actually had something worth listening to? Recent.
It's been a few years.
Yeah, I'm not getting look, the Lucy Miller stuff, fantastic, but this Time War cast, snoozer.
I heard that cast was okay. Come to think of it,
it was okay, but it was a bit of a snoozer essentially. And the next one's not for. Like, you've got too many strands going in too many different directions. The Uncharted.
I agree.
When's this one coming out? This is November 2024. I don't know. I think they'll have to impress me, but like the whole thing with they had to have Rebecca Root, who is a woman with a penis, which is just totally fucking normal, right? They a woman with a penis dating Liv Schenker, who was now gay but not gay. Because she, whatever. So that took over branded, right? So basically, I was out there. Time War. Okay, this was the last listenable Paul McGann one. Time War 4, which was from 2020. There you go.
Yeah, it's not looking great. And when two relaunches for the McGann stuff, it's just unbelievable.
It really, I mean, look, if you want to check out Great Paul McGann, I talked about this yesterday. It's a bit pricey, $37.11. What's that in pounds? I wonder. But
it's impossible. It's impossible to oversell these. They're amazing.
Right. So I guess I reviewed this now. By mistake. So at the end,
thanks for having me on, mate. I've got to shoot now.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
No, apart from please, if you'd please subscribe to both the Type 40 channel. There's lots of Whovember content coming, lots of Doctor Who asides, as well as the live streams and the podcasts. So we're trying to turn it up a bit and give you more Type 40 in the anniversary month. Please, if you'd subscribe to the Type 40 channel and hit the cloister bell to get your notifications. And to my second channel, the Space Book 2, which it's a video here and there now for the time being, because Doctor Who's sort of taken over my life between now and Christmas, but regular live streams.
There's a lot.
There's more stuff coming on there. So just enjoy the rest of your weekend, mate, and I'll probably catch you in the week. Thanks.
All right,
bye. Let's hit the old. Where's the button? There it is.
There you go. Free at last. Does this have a video? No, I can see why. Fine. So I basically reviewed this, but let's go into a little bit more detail. So it starts off, you have this really genuinely unlikable character who hates everyone, Audacity. Why is she called Audacity? No reason, doesn't matter. So she's a lady in Regency, England, and it starts off with her with the Prince Regent dressing him down because he's a silly oaf of a man, right? and then you meet her husband, who's also a somewhat weak-willed oaf of a man, but at least he's quite sweet. And they're doing a party, and they rob the people in the party of their jewelry to give to the poor. Like, I don't know, like how is that okay? And she talks down to everybody, and she's pissed off, and she because she's a fantastic woman of science. Again, nothing. All this screams is a complete lack of security about one's own sexuality, right? And so she's viewing a shooting stars through her observatory telescope, and essentially you have these evil aliens called, what are they called again? Which are very generic, the Devouring, and one catches her eye, right? She catches one of their eyes, and essentially it's like somebody saw her from across the room at a party and decided they wanted her, right? Which is clearly what happened to Lisa McMullen at some point. And again, Lisa, I'm sorry you've had shitty luck with men, which is clearly what this is about, right? Maybe not being such a dour cunt might actually be a good idea. Because look, Lisa, darling, you can be as independent as you want, but you're going to die on your own, miserable, right? Which is I don't recommend, quite frankly. And so it's all about her rage at women being used. So then the reason anybody buys this is, of course, the Cybermen. Great cover, right? Look at all those cyber ships. Yeah, you don't get any of that. So starts off there's and so I got through that awful first story thinking maybe if you get them into a like get her out of the Regency setting, right, and have have her in a different environment, in a sci-fi environment. Maybe she might be somewhat maybe she'll what was that? Maybe she'll be somewhat more workable, right? Hang on 1 second. I'm trying to put it. No, not really. She's just insufferable. They just made her like relentlessly insufferable character. So in the cyber war, no, it starts off. There's a swanky fundraiser going on for very rich people, and again, this hatred of wealthy people. Look, they're still human beings, even though they got more money than you. And if you're so shallow to think just having more money or being being more affluent is the be all and end all of life, you have a very shallow, empty life, right? It's again something I don't particularly recommend. So there's all this disdain for the wealthy people, and there's the character who's inventing this incredible cyber weapon. You hinted it to the guy who invented the glitter gun. It's the midst of the cyber war. Cybermen don't really show up till the very end, and of very end of the first episode, where you have like the revolutionary character being a bit of a schmuck. Oh, here, 1 second. That's the I finally found the trailer that I can download. Yeah, 1 second. Because it's just awful. It's genuinely awful. So in the second part, it's a bit of a how would you describe it? The second part of the cyber story, it's a bit of a cyber romp, a bit of a base under siege. The real problem with it, though, is you couldn't tell the Vulgans from the humans, and that's actually quite an important plot point. But like the second story, I think is written by the Alan Barnes, who's always rather good, is it? Tim Foley. But it's not really good enough to get over the unlikability of this new character. So again, Lisa McMullen goes in like they having a character of the 17th century with modern sensibilities. It's stupid, right? It says if you want to have a modern character, have a modern bloody character. But again, why don't they explain how this black woman is suddenly a lady in Regency society, right? You spent the rest of your rest of the entirety of entertainment telling us how black people were treated like shit everywhere all the time, right? And now this one's a lady. And don't be wrong, what's her name? Is a good actress, right? Jay Gritters. She and it could have been great, but you get your fucking chip off your fucking shoulder, for goodness sake, which is what it was. And I just don't think anybody in production had the will or ability to address the, essential unlikability of the character. Like, who was on the production? You notice, like, look, there's no Nick Briggs there. So produced by David Richardson. Yeah, look, David Richardson hasn't really. I can't remember the last time he produced anything I thought was worth the money. Sadly, right? It's just again for a relaunch. Why are they relaunching it? Because you chased away a large part of your customer base by making it all about trans issues, right? Like the trans rights. Trans rights are human rights. Well, what rights don't they have? They can't shit wherever they want, whenever they want. Nobody can. Well, they should do, otherwise they'll kill themselves. That's really what the Eighth Doctor range devolved into. And so again, this is just the same. Okay, how do I describe this? Woke crap. This is woke crap. And again, the cyber story is not. Cyber story is mediocre. It's not terrible, but let's listen to the trailer.
Productions. Doctor Who, The Eighth Doctor Adventures.
By the way, the cover art I think is very good. I think the cover art's excellent.
Audacity.
Oh, before and spoiler warning. So you're trying to work out where this fits in the Eighth Doctor timeline. At the end, there's an epilogue where he goes and sees Charlie. So he's in the middle of his Charlie adventures, and I don't know if she's going to be in the next one, India Fisher. But it seems like he hangs out with Charlie, hangs out with Audacity. Audacity is such a fucking stupid name as well. Oh, she's going to be audacious. It really, that's how on the nose it is, right? He called this audacious character Audacity.
Lady Audacity Montague.
And I'm the Doctor.
Like, who calls the kids Audacity Montague?
There is a comet crossing the sky tonight. I am away to my telescope. A shooting star that creeps across the sky.
Oh, she's stunning and brave and a woman of science.
It is most curious.
Did nobody ever tell
You actually don't pick up how awful she is in this trailer.
you to be careful what you wish for? The Devouring. They're called the Devouring.
I shall consume you.
And again, this is all Lisa McMullen's issues with men, right? That like, I will consume, I will dominate you, I will control you. For God's sake, like I don't know what world she lives in, right? Like where is this mythical patriarchy where women are crushed under heel? Where is this?
Nobody ever tell you to be careful what you wish for? The Devouring. They're called the Devouring.
And again, a lazy villain that really don't know much about. And it looks like they're reusing Mike Tucker's design from Storm Warning. Monster design from, was it not Storm Warning? Dust Breeding, I think.
I shall consume you.
Doctor, this starship, does it take you through the darkness?
Nah, I'm just thinking that comparing this to Dark Eyes, it's so inferior.
In so many ways.
Ladies, gentle beings, we're delighted to welcome you to the Aurum.
A golden domain.
Quite literally.
Our viceroy of victory.
So the point with the cyber story, they do redefine where the Cybermen's aversion to gold came from, which actually wasn't a bad idea at all, right? It was kind of, but again, the drag factor of this awful new character really doesn't help it.
Oberon Fix.
Audacity, we have to leave. Now.
They're locking us down.
Humanity and their allies are facing the greatest threat to their existence.
All Aurum secure.
Yeah, Yeah, not till like the second part.
Security measures are being deactivated.
A near unstoppable enemy that not only courses through the galaxy but converts it, corrupts it.
The Doctor.
See, every time you hear Paul McGann speaking, he's perfect as a Doctor. It's just like, and yeah, genuinely, I went from going, oh, cringe, oh, Paul McGann, oh, cringe, oh, Paul McGann, oh, cringe, oh, Paul McGann. That's what you get for your money at this one.
Grab some glitter guns, glitter bombs, anything you can carry.
You're Vogan. The guards are Vogan, but none of the guests at that gathering were.
Fated, foretold, this weapon ends the war.
Again, the big problem with this, the other big problem with this is, they make a very sharp distinction between the Volgan and the human characters, but you can't tell them apart.
Never give up.
It's a cyber match. Off the flight deck, both of you. Both of you.
They have another interesting idea that the Cybermen have been fighting this war so long, they've started to take on emotions and human ideas. It needed to be developed a little bit more. Again, I really put this down to poor production.
Let us in.
Not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin.
You were right, Vron. It is the silence that gets you.
Silence would have been better. Honestly, silence would have been better. I wish I spent $20 on silence rather than $20 on this shit.
Big Finish, for the love of stories.
For the big finish, for the love of God. I mean, really, fucking awful. Yes, awful. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.